Have you been learning English for years, but still struggle to speak confidently? Do you understand English videos, yet freeze when it's your turn to speak? If your answer is yes, then this video might change the way you learn English forever. Because today, I'm not going to teach you difficult grammar rules. I'm not going to ask you to memorize thousands of words. Instead, I'm going to show you why most people fail to speak English and what successful English learners do differently. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple step-by-step plan that you can start today. And if you follow it consistently, your English speaking confidence will improve faster than you think. So, let's begin. Chapter 1. The biggest myth about learning English. Let me ask you something. Imagine two students. The first student knows every grammar rule. He has read many English books. He has memorized thousands of vocabulary words. But when someone says, "Tell me about yourself," he becomes silent. Now look at the second student. She doesn't know every grammar rule. Her vocabulary is imperfect. Sometimes she even makes mistakes. But she speaks confidently. She communicates easily. Who do you think speaks better English? Of course, the second student. Why? Because English isn't only knowledge. English is a skill. Think about riding a bicycle. Could you learn it by reading a book? No. You have to get on the bicycle. You may fall. You may lose balance. But after practicing again and again, your body learns naturally. Speaking English works exactly the same way. You don't become fluent by collecting information. You become fluent by using it. Unfortunately, most people spend years preparing instead of practicing. They keep saying, "I'll start speaking after I learn more grammar. I'll speak after I know more vocabulary. I'll speak after I become perfect." But that perfect day never comes. Because fluency isn't the result of perfection. Fluency is the result of practice. Remember this sentence. You don't learn to speak by studying English. You learn to speak by speaking English. That one idea can completely change your learning journey. Chapter 2. Why most people never become fluent. There are 3 common mistakes almost every English learner makes. The first mistake, they study too much but speak too little. The second mistake, they fear making mistakes. The third mistake, they compare themselves with fluent speakers. Let's talk about the first one. Imagine someone wants to become a great football player. Every day, he watches football matches. He reads football books. He buys expensive football shoes. But he never actually plays football. Will he become a good player? Of course not. Yet, this is exactly how many people learn English. They watch videos every day. They read grammar books. They say vocabulary lists. But they never open their mouth. Watching English is helpful. Reading English is helpful. Chapter 3. Stop translating in your head. Now let's talk about the biggest reason why people speak English slowly. It's called mental translation. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do yesterday?" What happens inside your mind? First, you think of the answer in your native language. Then, you translate each word into English. Then, you check if the grammar is correct. Only after all that, you finally speak. By then, the conversation has already moved on. This is why many learners say, "I know English, but I can't speak quickly." The problem isn't your English. The problem is your habit. If you want to speak naturally, you must train your brain to think directly in English. At first, it feels difficult, but every fluent speaker started the same way. Chapter 4: How to Think in English. So, how do you stop translating? Here's a simple exercise. Look around your room. Now, name everything you see in English. Chair, window, phone, bottle, door, table. Next, make simple sentences. The window is open. My phone is on the table. I need to charge my phone. Don't worry if your sentences are small. Small sentences build big confidence. Now let's make it even better. Imagine you're walking outside. Describe everything you see. The sky is blue. There are 2 children playing. A man is riding a bicycle. This simple habit teaches your brain to think without translating. At first, you'll only think 1 sentence. After a few days, you'll think 3, then 5, then whole conversations. That's how fluency begins. Chapter 5: The 5-minute speaking routine. Now I'm going to share one of the easiest routines you can follow every day. It only takes 5 minutes. Minute 1. Choose one topic. For example, your family, your school, your job, your favorite movie. Minute 2. Think of 5 easy sentences. Don't make them perfect. Just make them simple. Minute 3. Speak those sentences out loud. If you forget a word, keep going. Don't stop. Minute 4. Listen to yourself. Notice one mistake. Only one. Correct it. Minute 5. Speak again. This time, a little more confidently. That's it. 5 minutes. No pressure. No expensive course. No perfect grammar. Just daily speaking practice. If you repeat this every day for 1 month, you'll notice something amazing. Speaking will start feeling natural. Chapter 6: Learn English like a child. Have you ever wondered how children learn a language? Do they memorize grammar books? No. Do they learn thousands of vocabulary words before speaking? No. First, they listen. Then, they copy. Then, they speak. Only later do they learn grammar. Adults often do the opposite. They study rules for months, but never speak. That's why progress becomes slow. Instead, try learning English the natural way. Listen, repeat, use, repeat again. Little by little, your confidence will grow. And remember, children aren't afraid of making mistakes. That's one of the biggest reasons they learn so quickly. So don't be embarrassed if your English isn't perfect. Every mistake is proof that you're learning. Transition. Now you know how to stop translating, how to think in English, and how to build a simple daily speaking habit. But there's another mistake that keeps learners stuck: trying to memorize hundreds of vocabulary words. Chapter 7: Stop memorizing vocabulary lists. Let me ask you a simple question. How many English words have you forgotten after memorizing them? Probably a lot. And that's completely normal, because our brains don't remember isolated words very well. They remember stories, situations, emotions, and complete sentences. For example, imagine you learn the word hungry. Instead of writing it 10 times, use it in real life. Say, I'm hungry. I'm hungry because I skipped breakfast. Let's eat something. I'm really hungry. Now you've connected that word to a real situation. Your brain is much more likely to remember it. So, from today, don't collect words, collect useful sentences. One sentence can teach you grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation all at the same time. Chapter 8. The Shadowing Technique. Now I want to share a method used by many successful English learners. It's called shadowing. Here's how it works. Choose a short English video. It can be just 30 seconds long. Listen to one sentence, pause the video, repeat exactly what you hear. Copy the pronunciation, copy the rhythm, copy the emotion. Pretend you're the speaker. Don't worry if you can't keep up at first. Slowly, your mouth will become more comfortable with English sounds. After 1 week, you'll notice your pronunciation improving. After 1 month, you'll sound much more natural. Remember, fluent speakers don't just know English. They sound comfortable speaking it. Shadowing helps you build that comfort. Chapter 9. Don't fear mistakes. Now let's talk about something that stops almost everyone. Fear. Many learners think, what if people laugh at me? What if my grammar is wrong? What if I pronounce a word incorrectly? Here's the truth. Nobody becomes fluent without making mistakes. Think about a child learning to walk. Do they fall? Yes. Do they stop trying? No. Every fall teaches them something new. Speaking English is exactly the same. Every mistake teaches you something. So instead of saying, I made a mistake, say, I learned something today. That small change in mindset can completely change your confidence. The goal isn't to speak perfectly. The goal is to communicate clearly. People remember confidence much more than perfect grammar. Chapter 10. Build confidence every day. Confidence doesn't appear overnight. It grows little by little. Here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, speak English for 5 minutes every day. Talk about your morning, your favorite food, your dreams, your hobbies, anything. Don't skip a single day. Some days you'll speak well. Some days you'll struggle. That's normal. Progress isn't always visible, but every day, your brain is improving. Think of confidence like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. One day, you'll realize you're speaking English without even thinking about it. Chapter 11. The Secret of Fluent English Speakers. Let me tell you a secret. Fluent English speakers are not born with a special talent. They simply have one habit. They never stop practicing. Many beginners think they're naturally good at English, but that's rarely true. Behind every fluent speaker, there are hundreds of mistakes, thousands of spoken sentences, and countless hours of practice. The difference isn't talent. The difference is consistency. If you practice English for just 10 minutes every day, you'll improve far more than someone who studies for 3 hours, only once a week. Consistency always beats intensity. So don't ask yourself, how can I learn English fast? Instead ask, how can I practice English every single day? That one question will change everything. Chapter 12. Your 30-day action plan. Now, let's create a simple plan. Days 1 to 10. Listen to 5 minutes of English every day. Repeat what you hear. Speak for 5 minutes about your daily life. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. Days 11 to 20. Learn 5 useful sentences every day. Use them in your own conversations. Practice thinking in English while walking, cooking, or traveling. Replace translation with simple English thoughts. Days 21 to 30. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Listen to the recording. Notice one thing to improve, then record again. You'll be surprised by how much your confidence grows in just 1 month. Remember, don't compare yourself with fluent speakers. Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday. That's the only competition that matters. Chapter 13. A message for every English learner. Before you leave, I want you to remember something. There will be days when you feel like you're not improving, days when you forget words, days when speaking feels difficult. Don't quit. Every fluent English speaker has experienced those same moments. Progress is often invisible until one day you suddenly realize you're understanding more, you're speaking faster, you're thinking in English, and the confidence you once dreamed of has become your reality. So trust the process. Keep showing up, because fluency isn't built in a single night. It's built one practice session after another. If you found this video helpful, don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with a friend who's learning English too. And if you're serious about becoming fluent, subscribe to this channel. Every week, I'll bring you simple, practical English lessons that you can actually use in real life. Now, before you go, I have one question for you. What's the biggest challenge stopping you from speaking English confidently? Is it grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or fear? Tell me in the comments. I read every single comment, and your answer might inspire my next video. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and remember, every fluent English speaker was once a beginner who refused to give up. See you in the next lesson.